Hey, this is Jason with 4W Knives. I'm gonna do a quick project. I have an old pipe wrench, the jaws on an old pipe wrench. Pipe wrench wasn't any good. I wanted to do something creative, and so I'm gonna make it into a knife. Hardest part with this whole process was just straightening this thing out. I had a lot of extra steel, and it was hard to move. I messed around with it for a little bit, get it fairly straight, and then eventually I take it over to the press and squish it down real good. Once I get it squished down on the press, then it's just a matter of trying to flatten it. I do practice on my hammer skills a little bit to try to get the spine of the blade itself even. And I didn't do too bad. I do that, and then I take it over to the roller mill and just to make sure that it was all even and flat. But the roller mill really didn't have to do a lot of work. That is my goal, to eventually be able to do all this stuff without the use of my equipment. But I've got it, so I might as well use it. But I would like to increase my skill on my hammering, hand hammering that is. So hopefully this process helps out. I do hammer in my bevels, but I don't do a whole lot of actual shaping of the blade itself. I wanted to see how wide I could get it with doing the bevels, and once I got it to the width that I felt happy with, I took it to the grinder and did some cleanup. I lost some of the footage of me doing the shaping on a grinder. Right here is the finishing part of my rough grind, getting it ready for heat treat. One thing I like about this new attachment that I've got, it's got the flat platen, but it's also got a contact wheel at the bottom, which is 4 inches. And being a rubber wheel, it is great for doing the spine and making it where it doesn't jump as bad as the old plastic wheel that I had on my other one. Right here, all I'm doing is rounding the handle a little bit, getting any sharp edges off, and just cleaning up any of the rough spots. And this is just the other side of the bevel. But I'm real happy with the way this thing shaped out. Looks like a real knife. Looks like something that could be really practical. So I'm excited, and I'm happy that I decided to do this little project. I do my thermal cycling like I would with any other knife. I do 3 thermal cycles where I just let it heat it up to critical temperatures, let it cool, and then I'm gonna heat it up and drop it in some oil to quench it. So after temper, it is time to clean up the bevels. I start off with a 120 on the flat platen and get it down to a thin geometry on the edge. And then I move to my new rotary platen, and I'm still trying to learn how to use it exactly the right way, but I know this rubber belt that's behind the grinding belt cushions it a little bit, so it gives it a much better finish. I do a 120, and then I go to a Trizac, and then I finish it out with a conditioning belt, which gives it a nice satin finish. And that's the way that I decided to leave it. I did no hand sanding. I just thought that with this, it would just look better with with that satin finish, and I think it did. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, give this video a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'm still learning. I've done a few videos, but I'm still learning. This is a long process. I just hope you enjoyed it. I enjoy making them. I don't know why, but I do. And hopefully I get some future ones that are better. So thanks again, and have a good one.